Time for Mr. Truck, reviewing the latest innovations for your truck and trailer.
Ken with MrTruck.com. Today we're reviewing a couple of the top compact trucks out there. They're both 2020s. The Ford is a Lariat Super Crew 4-wheel drive FX4 package, and it has the only engine and transmission that's possible is a 2.3 inline 4 with a turbocharger and a 10-speed automatic. Now this has 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Over here, another off-roader, we have the 2020 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, all the off-road package. And this has a 3.5 V6 with 276 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque. And it's made it to a 6-speed automatic. And it's called a double cab. That's like a crew cab from Toyota. This is a Super Crew from Ford, which is a crew cab. Now these two trucks, both off-road packages, both have really cool wheels and a bunch of offset things. You know, the off-road packages, you got skid plates, special shocks, usually special tires. The Toyota has a TRD exhaust and an intake, a cold air intake on it, and skid plates. And it has the Fox shocks with the 2.5-inch shocks and piggyback reservoirs. So they're two off-road trucks and they do things differently. The Toyota is just a little bit higher than the Ford. And we're going to take them on some off-road, some pastures, maybe some rocks, pull a few trailers with them. So come back and join us for the review. Mr. Truck here. I probably got to flip this up so you can hear me. But yes, I got my gloves, I got my shield. This is all from Harbor Freight. And I've had this for about 5 years. This is what I use when I'm grinding, and the gloves is a new thing. And that's where I bought my gloves and this shield. You know, lately Harbor Freight did a good thing. They gave all their shields and all their gloves to hospitals. So I appreciate that. But I did get some gloves so we can be all safe with this virus problem. And I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'm at least 7 or 8 feet from my cameraman, so I think we're okay. But anyway, I hope you're all being cautious. What we're reviewing today is a 2020 EcoBoost Ranger. It's the only way to come. So we're playing out here in pasture, my friend Rick's pasture. We're going to jump in through the hills like we did with the Raptor and the Power Wagon and see how this holds up. I hope I'm tall enough to miss the sagebrush and the yucca plants and the coyotes. So we're going to try this out. And later on I'll pull a trailer with it. But this is our first day of our new adventure out here. You know, everything's under restriction, and so we're way out in the country, so we're nowhere near people other than my friend Rick, and I'm making him stay away. So we're trying to do all the diligent things. Hand sanitizer, gloves, washing our hands. You just can't wash your hands everywhere you go, so that's why I like gloves. But anyway, we're reviewing this, and we get to Tacoma next week, and so we'll try to do some comparison reviews between the two trucks. But today it is this new Ranger, and it's a Lariat leather loaded X4 package. There's too many off-road packages. FX4. That's what I have on my truck. And so this has the skid plate, the special shocks, the off-road, well not off-road, all-terrain tires, and it also has this blackened package, sport package. So it's got the black grills and all the black accents and black mirrors, badging. Really looks cool. It's a very bright red, and I'll tell you when I start going down the road what color red it is. Well, now I got my friend Rick in the cab, so I got to put my mask on. Don't breathe on me. And
I'll try not to.
We're driving across his pasture where it's full of sagebrush. Can I shoot that way?
Yeah, right up here.
Okay.
There, right there.
Okay. You can always see these invisible trails that I cannot find. But, oh, you got some little blue stem out here. You got some good grasses out here. Get the cows to graze down more sagebrush this spring, and you know, once it turns brown, they quit eating on it.
I'll mention that to him.
Yeah, is there any coyotes out here? This is a four-wheel drive FX4. I should be able to chase a coyote. Yeah, we're shooting over there, huh? Safe. Yeah, we're here at Rick's Ranch out in the middle of nowhere. I can see Kansas from here. But
We're on the wrong hill.
oh, for Kansas?
Yeah.
Well, this FX4 does pretty well. Got the skid plates, the special shocks, the all-terrain tires. I'm glad to see it's got running boards. You don't need them on a Ranger. You can step up in here. But I'm a fan of that. I know a lot of purists, off-road people don't like running boards, but I do. Yeah, we're out here in the yucca plants and the sagebrush and the cows and the cow
There's
piles.
a mud hole here. You might go around
Do we
it.
go through the mud hole? Dropping into the hole and back out of the hole. Dropping into the hole and back out of the hole. Well, this Lariat Ranger FX4, this has a tonneau cover. It's a three-piece tonneau cover. And it's pretty cool. Look, it's got the little hanging emergency things. So if you get down here and glow in the dark, so you can get out. And then you pull the cable with each section. And then it's got these rubber tabs here. I guess those go against your cab. And you pull that last wire and it goes all the way up. And then of course it has straps in there. You can tie it to the base. I don't know if you want that thing bouncing on the cab or not, but if you want to fold it all the way up, like if you want to get a four-wheeler in here, you got to use all three pieces up to fit it. And then you can tie it off. But yeah, pretty cool. I think I get some kind of tonneau cover for my truck, so I can haul groceries out here in the dust from the store, which is always 25 miles away. Well, even though the cab is kind of small, it's a mid-size. Instead of having the mirror on the door, it's right there. And then you drop down, of course, your light switch. But look at all the controls in the steering wheel, my goodness. Of course, cruise control, adaptive cruise control. And you know, when you have that on, let's see, let me push it on. Then you have this button here. So you zoom in up there and you can see the little truck with the lines in front of it. That's how many lines you are away from the person in front of you. So I can, let's see, here's all the way out, and here's all the way in, down to 1. That's how far you are from the vehicle in front of you, which is really cool. I don't think it gets as good back gas mileage as a regular one because it slows you down and speeds you up according to the vehicle you're following, but it is so convenient. I love it, especially the trailer. But yeah, it's a nice dash layout. To get to see the gears, you have to come down. There's a shifter, and on the side of the shifter, it's plus and minus. So you can take that and hit, let's see, let me put it in gear. Push that button. Shows up on the dash. All 10 gears. That is so cool. I still love that, even in a mid-sized truck. The control for the windshield wiper is on the right stem. See if I can focus that. The normal controls on the left part of the steering wheel. And cancel stuff out and scroll through. And then you got all your settings normally. Cool. Let's see if I can go up another one. So it's still the same stuff you're used to. Yeah. The cool thing too is down here on the center console, there's your 2 high, 2 high, 4 high, 4 low, and you push the trail management button in the dash, and that's a normal mode. You push it again. Grass, gravel, snow, mud ruts, and sand. And that's where I had it today, was in sand mode. And then see too, on the shifter, you got park, reverse, neutral drive, and in sport mode. So I can put it back one more. And now I'm in sport mode. Shows you the S down there. And that's the rocket ship. About this truck is that it's a turbo 2.3. And a 2.3 is a very common engine for the Rangers. I've owned a lot of Rangers over the years, and none of them were crew cabs. So I was glad to see this come out as a crew cab. But I've had a lot of 2.3s. I've had 2.2s. I had 3-liter, 4-liter V6s, and this has been the most popular size, or of engine. But the first time that they put a turbo on it, and then a 10-speed. So that really is awesome. Now let's see what else we have in here. Now it's kind of difficult for me because instead of having a dial for your plus and minus temperature, it's got dual controls, which I like, but it's got buttons. When you're bouncing down the road, even on a smooth road, you have to hold your finger on a button. I'd rather have a knob that I can twist. And then up here, that's in the center console also, you've got hill descent, auto. You can shut the automatic engine shut off, and then I think that one there, let me see, yeah, that's a differential lock, or a rear axle lock, that button, which is cool. And you've got tow haul mode, and you can shut off the park beeper, and you got sway control, electronic stability control. Yeah, look at all that stuff. So they do have to kind of compact all these controls to get them all in, on a mid-size. Underneath the center console, you got a couple USB ports and a couple 12-volt outlets. So that's good. This is actually pretty well equipped for a midsize. Red Ranger. Go Red Ranger. We're in brakes on him on a hill. Pulling a trailer. We got buzz out here. We're in the wild wilderness in eastern Colorado, where we're the only ones out here. A couple cars on the road. And we're going to drive by the Platte River. Maybe we'll see us a deer, you never know. Anyway, this thing's a rocket. My Red Ranger, and it's called something else. It's not called a Red Ranger. They always have that fancy names. They take the big bucks for, and this Super Crew. It's a Race Red. Well, that makes sense. That actually picks it. It's a fast truck. We've already been off-roading that in my friend's pasture during this epidemic. We're going to go so many places. And so now we're pulling my Honda side-by-side and trailer and the Honda all together right under 3,000. So we aren't required to have brakes. We aren't required to have weight distributing hitch. We're just required to have fun. And what I'm going to do is take it around a few scenic areas. And, this thing's rated to tow 7,500 pounds. So we're, less than half of what this puppy's made for. So, this is a big enough truck. It's not a big truck, but, it's got enough capacity to pull, a decent-sized boat, a 2-horse trailer, small camper, all kinds of things. Car hauler. The only limit is it's narrow, so, it's not as stable as a full-size regular truck. But still can handle things pretty darn well. I wish they would sent one with the brake controller, because if I went heavier than this, I'd have to use my auto brake on my cargo trailer. Look at the pretty horses. Yep, about to go across the Platte River. Seems like everywhere I go, I'm near the Platte River. Our last location, or my trailer lot and office, was a mile from the Platte River, the South Platte. And here I am moving way out in the country, and I'm still a mile from the South Platte. It's following me around. We're by ghost towns where we live now. Not too many ghost towns out in eastern Colorado, but we found one. We're on Main Street. So, look at the big trees here in the Platte. There's Eagle's Nest Ranch is right next door. Gotta get a hold of those boys. I heard they've had some really cool rock formations over there. And of course, I want to go see them. There's the Platte. Here it is, first day of April. There's quite a bit of water in this rascal, so you got some melts in the mountains. We're in spring, man. Trees are budding out pretty soon. They're going to be green. Grass and cheatgrass is just starting to peek out. Cows are calving and all kinds of stuff's going on out here. We're in the middle of ranch country, which is my people. Everybody's got a truck. You go to the restaurants out here in Kersey, and all it's just covered in trucks. That's what people drive, man. Going down the highway, there's bull haulers, the big semis. There's the oil field people. There's tankers. There's hot shotter, 40-foot dualies pulling pipe all over out here. So these are my people, the farmers, the ranchers, the dairies. Worked in all those places. I just love driving in the country. Seeing all the cool stuff. There's a little bit of irrigation out here. We're in deep sand, so sagebrush and yucca plants. And antelope and deer and everything else out here. We're right in the middle of 3 different lakes. So, someday I'll learn how to do that wakeboarding. I gotta learn how to swim, though. But this Ranger handles, this 3,000 pounds, which is actually a little under. Nothing to it. Ranger just thinks it's empty, man. It's flying. Hear the thunder and that little 4-banger? You can hear that. That's that turbo. 2.3. This is an EcoBoost. It's Plum has the power. That's why it's called Race Red, because it's ready to go racing. Reminds me a lot of that 2.7 V6 that's in the F-150. It's got that quick start and all the fun stuff. Eventually, when this virus is all over, we'll be going back to driving the mountains with Kelsey and having all the fun in the sun and driving over trails with the 4-wheelers. We always do that. We take our ATVs and our side-by-side and go up to the hills and camp out in our toy hauler. That's what's fun. Had to quit smoking. cigars, because, you know, I don't want people to think I'm coughing because I have the virus. I'm coughing because I'm smoking cigars. I wish I'd quit them again. I keep quitting them. Hopefully this will be the last time I quit them. I just want them to throw me in the hospital thinking I've got something else if I'm just got that cough or smoker's cough. Yeah, we're back on the dirt roads up here. So the oil fields, there's tankers all over up here, the batteries of oil fields, gas wells, fracking. And it's big over here in Weld County. But yabba dabba do. But out here in this field, guys got an old 60-something Ford. Looks like a 76 Ford. Old car, a C10 Chevy, probably a 71 or 2, a Dodge fire truck, another Ford. Wow. That's the thing about you get in the country. There's a lot of people who have old trucks that they just kept. You know, several ranchers, they kept every truck they ever owned, so they're just in a row out there in the fence line somewhere. And some of those are really cool. There's a place south of here I want to go to and interview farmer or rancher has all these trucks and just go through each one of them and see what they are. So we're going to get that done hopefully this summer. And we're allowed to travel distances. Yeah, but dabba-doo. Horses right here in the sand hills. A lot of sagebrush, and it's hard on these off-road trucks even with the skid plates and all. Try not to brush your paint off. Took this up in my friend's ranch in his sand hills. But these off-road trucks, you know, a little more clearance, better skid plates, better tires and shocks, and sometimes exhaust. We're going to be comparing this to the TRD Pro Tacoma 2020. Go over a few of the features and see a few differences in them. But, yep. So we kind of go on the oldest against the newest. Well, Tacoma, I think, came into business in about 1995. Before that was a Hilux. Clear back to 69 when Toyota first came over. Before that, they brought the Corolla over to California, and then they brought the Hilux. So, you know, all these trucks in history. Ford's been out forever. I've owned several of these Rangers. And they were, you know, first it was a Courier, which was made by Mazda. That's what Ford had. And then they made their own Ranger. And geez, I'm trying to remember when that was. I think it was back in the late 80s, but we'll find out. But anyway, the Ranger's got this 2.3 inline 6 turbo and a 10-speed, and a Tacoma's got a 6-speed. Beautiful place. If I only had a couple oil wells, this could be mine. Big Horse Ranch. It's just nice about getting way out of the country. You get bigger ranches, bigger farms. Yeah. I should be looking for a rich farmer's daughter. My wife died almost 3 years ago, so I suppose I can start talking to women again. I don't know. But anyway. Especially the rich ones. Well, I'm averaging 22.6. That's some with trailer, some without trailer, but it's only a 29. It's right near 3,000. It is somewhere on here. So I did weigh it. I put all the stats on here. 2,954 pounds. So I'm thinking one back from here is Sport. Now it's in 4 high again. Keeps trying to rotate it like General Motors. You rotate a knob before you push a button. It's getting confusing here, but I think I'm in Sport mode now. Went back to S. Yeehaw! Whoa, it flies, it flies. Yes, Sport mode is spectacular. It's a fast little truck. I mean, it may be the fastest mid-sized truck you can buy. I'm always amazed by this little rascal. 4 cylinders! But it's turbocharged. It makes a big difference. And intercooled. And it's at 10 speed, so you can catch those gears. Those gears are closer together, you can get to the next one quicker. And keep going through the gears. And Ford loves overdrive. See, now to actually show my gears on this one, I have to use the plus and minus buttons on the stick here. And where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Okay, I'm going to take it out of sport mode. Now it'll probably let me see what I'm doing. Yep, and I'm in 8th gear. Slowed down to 50. But yeah. It scoots. But yeah, the modes are awesome. The trail management is awesome. It's really very similar system to what's in the Ford Raptor. We know how fast that puppy goes. And I'm averaging 22.9, and that's with me bouncing all over the pastures, going through the blowouts and the sand, and the yucca plants, and all that. And that's my average right now is 22.9, which is very good for all the nonsense I've been doing with it. Look at the EPA. EPA on this is 24. So if I drive decently, put the cruise control on, I'm sure I'll get that. And I'll try that a little bit up here when we get on the highway. But this rascal is supposed to get 20 in the city, 22 combined, and 24 on the highway, which is good. I mean, it's only 1 mile a gallon better than my EcoBoost 3.5 and my 150. So I was hoping it would get better. If I can find what the axle ratio is on this. There's not a whole lot of choices on axles. But, yeah, this is the Lariat. It's like one of the top of the line puppies with the what's it called? The black appearance. Yeah, this particular model is called a black appearance. It's a sport black appearance, but they actually call it just a black appearance. And that gives it the black grille, the black mirrors, the black ram boards, the black badging. And it just looks cool. This is real similar to that Ram Laramie I had, that 3500. That's what it was. The black on red looks gorgeous. A little smaller cab than I'm used to. Of course, it's a midsize. Most midsize are the same size. I think the Honda Ridgeline's a little bigger inside. And I'll be getting one of those. Again, it's a Tacoma next. So hopefully I can compare these two a little bit. Let's see what we've got right now. But this got adaptive cruise control, which is wonderful. And it has the little lines in there so you can add more lines to make it stay further away from the car you're following. And then the radar locks on it and holds it at that speed. And then when you pass them, it goes up to whatever speed you had the cruise control set at, which is good. It's running the cruise control at 65. Right now shows I'm getting 25.7. So it's nice to see these things beat the EPA estimate of 24 and 25.8. So that's impressive. I mean, if they could get the EPA rating at 25, I would have probably bought this truck. But 24 only beats my truck by 23, my F-150 2018. And I've done a test on that for a couple hundred miles. And with cruise control, city and highway, using the cruise when I could, I got 23, which is what it's rated at highway. So if they could get this one EPA rated at 25 or 26, it'd make a big difference on sales, I think. Just like those little diesels. If those things would all get, 35 or whatever, it'd be a big selling point for those. I was out playing today in the sand all day, and it was a lot of fun. I went out to Rick's. And this FX4 package, I don't remember having a lift on it, but it's probably not. But it seems like there's a lot of good clearance underneath this. And the FX4 gives me the good skid plates and the all-terrains and the special shocks. And I looked underneath there, and then the skid plates cover everything you want to cover, which is good. And the sensors on the front and on the back that helps you guide you when you're parking, they were going off constantly. I thought I was running over people because the Sage Bus was just about the same height as the bumper. And the yucca plants. I went through some mud with it, did really well. It wasn't deep mud like we did a couple years ago with it. But, yeah, I did well in the sand. They went through some of the blowouts really well. But, yeah, this has got everything you want in it, in a compact. Everything's kind of smaller. We're just talking about brake controllers. And a year ago in, I guess it was December of 2018 when it came out in media launch, it was quite the truck. And they showed us this little round brake controller that you're supposed to be able to buy from Ford through their, their accessories.
and it supposedly is out now. You can order one or buy one or go to the Ford stores and get them. But it's really nice, small little knob, not very big, and I've seen them. I never got to use one because we were pulling boats with it, and the boats had surge brakes, so we didn't need it when we were at the launch. But hope they get that in there, because this is rated to tow 7,500 pounds, which is a big deal. That's a lot of weight for a midsize. So if you're going to do that and rate the truck for that, and it's two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, which is really nice. You don't have to lose it for going to a four-wheel drive. Usually lose a couple hundred pounds there, but not this truck. This is the black appearance package, which costs a whole pile of money too. The black appearance package, let me look it up on here. I was kind of surprised. It shows it at $19.95, almost $2,000. I think that comes with, of course, that's including the painted wheels, aluminum wheels, 18-inch, the bed liner, the tough bed sprayed in, and running boards. Now the floor liner is $160, and of course this has adaptive cruise control. It's all part of this particular package. And the equipment group, the 501A, the Lariat, is got all the electronics on it. 10 speakers, the B&O speakers, technology package, remote start. And that Lariat group is 2005. So this one here comes in at MSRP of $46,910, and with all those packages, the FX4 package, let's see, it shows it at $12.95. It says that 3 folding tonneau hardcover. So yeah, $46,910 MSRP. So hope you liked the video, and it's kind of hard for you to go anywhere, so you can stay home and watch all these videos. We'll try to entertain you.
Last 2 years I had 5 trailer tire blowouts. Each time it happens, it tears up a fender, cracks my clearance lights, demolishes my license plates. Trailer tires are so close together, they throw nails at each other. And if you've trailered much, you know that trailer tires are not the best made. There's only a handful that are any good. And they're not as good as truck tires. So, I wanted a way to monitor my air pressure and my heat on my trailer tires, so I know when something's about to happen. Before it happens, it costs me a pile of money. Now you can know what you can't see. Real-time tire pressure and temperature. There's a low battery alarm, a high pressure alarm, a low pressure alarm, high heat alarm. So I wanted one that would go inside the tire like they do on my truck. And, you know, I've tried those kind that just screw on your valve stem. They're about the size of golf balls. And of course, if you got a horse tied to the trailer, he'll paw it off or chew it off. And those are like 50 bucks a piece, so they're, you know, they're easy to get stolen too. Everything I was looking for was in this unit. The tire pressure unit's inside the tire, out of the way. Just one repeater on the trailer to amplify a wireless signal to the truck, and just a wireless receiver monitor in the truck.